Because I know you're a big fan. This is brilliant. He bought, right, the soundtrack to the film Braveheart, which is just kind of... No, let me just explain. Which is just kind of big orchestrated numbers, right?
James
and
Horner.
as far as he's concerned, that's classical music. He's got a classical music CD in his collection. It's the music from Braveheart.
Oh, I sit there and I think, yeah, mate, I'd probably sort of lead my people's, you know...
He's obsessed with Braveheart. He actually sort of relates to William Wallace. He actually thinks, yeah, that's the sort of thing I'd be doing.
Yeah. It is. No.
What was it you were working out to the other day as well? He's got like a personal like gymnast or whatever. What's it called? Is it a gym expert? A trainer? You've got a personal...
I box with this bloke.
Yeah, he goes boxing in like some underpass somewhere. Right? Every day. Like every single day. He goes boxing, right? But and what was it you were training... What did you tell me you were training to this week?
God.
What music did you have on?
Oh my God. I have actually... Now, I never did this, but I have actually gone red, haven't I?
Yes.
Right.
It's very hard to embarrass
I was working out and training and boxing. Oh my God. You're going to have to play a record after this. To the Rocky soundtrack.
To the Rocky soundtrack. He's bought, right, a CD which has got the best music from all of them. Now, was it Eye of the Tiger, or was it...
It starts up with Eye of the Tiger, then it goes, Hearts on Fire. That's me sort of red on fire. Then it goes, dun 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 dun, that's dun dun dun.
Does any of your training with your trainer, does it ever involve you running through snow with a log chained to your back, like in Rocky
and helping,
IV?
I often have to help Russian peasants, because their cart horse is like falling over, but I lift it up. Whereas the other fella, he's training in a posh gym having injections. I'm not. I'm just like breaking rocks and punching dead cows.
Where'd you get that from?
It's handy, wasn't it?
Put it on.
No,
what is it?
That's the...
He can't hear because he's got his... Put your headphones on.
Why was it?
You'll love it. You'll love it.
Yeah.
That's magnificent. Yeah. That's now Ricky Gervais's theme tune.
Yeah.
Every time we start the show, we should just start with that.
Win, Ricky, win.
White Stripes on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Well, I had a good time.
I've enjoyed it, yeah, it's been nice. It's been fun.
Some good tracks, some laughs, a new competition by Simon Mayo. That was
absolutely.
That was great.
Yeah. Karl, have you heard the big news? That Ricky Gervais is looking to take up. Well, you explain it, Gervais, because
it's not big news.
No.
What are you talking? What do you mean?
You're taking up boxing. Is this right?
No.
What is the story? You're fighting for money?
No. What? Yeah, bare knuckle fighting.
No, come on. What is it?
No. All it is. I've been watching this show on cable called Born to Fight, and it's sort of late. It's a late one. We flick round, and I think it's on After Roadies. Which is like...
Roadies?
Yeah, it's one bloke with a camera who goes on tour with different people. Like, he went on with Motorhead, he went with the Meatloaf, tribute act. He went on with Coldplay, was in one of them. It's just that, and it's the
is
sort
this
of this
when, like,
cheap
all the other
cable.
channels has been switched off?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And there's one called Born to Fight, and they just take a different story. It might be like, an amateur fight, or it might be an unlicensed fight, not illegal, or it might be white collar, which I'm thinking of doing.
What's white collar?
White collar is just people who want to fight, and it's organised.
Is it like Fight Club?
Yes, but it's charity. It's safe. It's a charity do. You know, having like big events, and it's just two people that aren't boxers, aren't amateur boxers, and they get in the ring and they do three 2-minute rounds, and they just lay into each other. They've got head guards on, and
Rick, I don't mean to alarm you, but we work together obviously, and we make the office and stuff. Your face is my fortune. I can't have
that must be a bit of a worry for you.
It is. I'm not going to say. Well, your heart as well is also a concern.
Yeah.
And you're eating and stuff.
But when I said I was going to get fit, you were going, no, Gervais, you're only funny because you're fat.
No, I agree. This is true, but I'm saying there's a difference between being fit.
Yeah.
And I would say, for instance, don't eat kind of cheese and bacon, on their own
all day,
or for breakfast. So what I'm saying is there's a difference between exercising and then having your face beaten in. And what I'm saying is that I just don't think it's a good idea.
But I might win.
No, I don't. That's irrelevant. You're still going to take a couple of blows to the face. And the point is this, Rick: you're not going to win.
Why?
Because you are delusional. You think that you are probably the world's greatest boxer. I know. Ever since I've known you, you seem to think that that's the case because you've watched all the Rocky films. And you think that's fair enough, that seems straightforward enough. But look at your physique, you've got some upper body strength, but, you've also got some lower belly strength as well, I noticed. And my concern is you're gonna go in there and you're not only gonna be a broken man when you realise that you're just not as handy in the ring as you thought you were, but also you're gonna incur some injuries.
This is fighting talk. This is fighting talk.
The first rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club.
This one's want to do it more now, just because of you. It was the same when Adrienne didn't agree that Rocky could beat Clubber Lang.
Yeah.
Oh, she made that mistake, then she made the same mistake with Drago.
Rick? At what age?
She turns up at the end to take a bit of the credit, didn't she?
When you were this kind of thin, nimble youth in your makeup and your eyeliner and all the rest of it, I bet you had no thoughts about boxing. It never came into your mind, did it? So at what age did you suddenly think, wait a minute, I've taken the wrong path in life. I could have been the world heavyweight.
I don't think I could.
When have you suddenly decided that you can suddenly be a bit street tough? I don't understand why this has suddenly come about in.
Well, I'm not putting out a shout, am I, to fight people? It's not like Noel Gallagher and Robbie Williams.
But you've got to find someone else presumably to fight with.
Yeah, but it'd probably be a businessman who wants to fight.
Right. You know, there's something really weird about that. Don't you think that have you just listened to yourself? I want to fight I want to fight a businessman. Please may I fight a businessman?
I want to fight a businessman.
You just said.
I want to fight someone who wants to, it's not.
I want to fight them now. I want to fight somebody.
Since you were like that, it sounds a bit mad.
Bring them on, I want to fight people.
No, but it's more the effort and the training, the commitment to it, like climbing a mountain. I mean, I think climbing a mountain and doing a marathon is ridiculously macho. It's not the fact that you can do it.
No, that's not macho compared with boxing.
Macho, isn't it? Climbing, there's no reason to climb a mountain, there's no reason to do a marathon. If you can run a mile, that's all you need. The fact that you train is whether you can do it yourself and achieve something. And this is more like the training and the learning skill and then seeing if it works. I don't want to get in there to...
But aren't you concerned about you might get beaten? Or you might get beaten up, I should say.
No, what's the worst that could happen?
You'll get black eyes, bruises, and
bruises.
Gervais, let me just remind you of the time we were working in your flat, right? And you immediately, right, I don't know to this day what happened, but you started choking. You clasped your chest. You were breathing, wheezing, right? I leapt over to you. I remember screaming, I don't know the Heimlich manoeuvre. If you've swallowed something I can't help. You gained your breath, you gained your composure. I said, what happened? Did you eat something? Did you go down the wrong way? You said, no, I swallowed some dust. I swallowed some dust. You breathed some dust in that was in the air. There was some dust in the air. You breathed that in. It knocked you out for 2 days. Rick, you were in bed for 2 days.
I love that.
I don't think you're the man for the job.
And that's some dust. What do you think this businessman's gonna do?
Exactly.
Would be permanent. Hurt you permanent.
Yeah.
He'll hurt you permanent.
You found a lump, didn't you, on your testicle once? We sat in a doctor's waiting room, I remember, for about 45
You got up and
minutes.
checked out, it was fine. I think I went twice, didn't I? I said to the doctor at one point, I said, did you check round the back?
Yeah.
I was thinking he hadn't checked it. Yeah. Oh, dear.
Just because they hadn't found anything. My point is this. You're something of hypochondriac. You know you're something of hypochondriac. You know that already. So, why do you think this is going to be any different?
Wow.
If you take when you take the first blow to the head, you take the punch, you'll immediately think that you've got some kind of, brain disorder.
No, I've always wanted to do it, but I just thought, I wanted to make sure, I wanted to know that I definitely lost my looks.
Right.
And, I've seen some of the publicity shots, I've got mirrors in my house, so now, because I've definitely lost my looks now, I've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So I want, maybe a younger, more handsome man, I want to teach him a lesson.
I'll end with this.
Right.
For people who listen to this show regularly, you already sound like you're punch drunk. Alright? And that's just your natural way of talking. Please, let's not do the real thing.
Oh, play a record. Oh.
I mean, is it going to be televised?
Well, we could get it on DVD, maybe release it.
Now I'm interested.
Okay.
Is there money to be made?
Yeah, lots of money.
Alright, well maybe we should talk about it.
Okay. On XFM 104.9.
You join us now live at Shipley Old People's Home, where TV star Ricky Gervais is taking on his first non-professional bout. Ricky, who are you fighting this evening?
A bloke called Pete Smedley.
Okay, Pete Smedley. How old is Pete?
He's 72.
72 years old. Yeah. And you're very excited about the fight, I know. Pete's just recovered from a massive coronary, hasn't he?
Well, I don't want to get into that. He's deemed himself fit, and that's good enough for me. if he wants to fight. Listen, right, someone just called up and said, they'll fight me. He sounded pretty tasty. I said, how tall are you? He said 5'11". I said, what do you weigh? He said 13 stone. I said, how old are you? 27. I explained to him I'm looking for someone a lot older and smaller.
Absolutely.
Lot older and smaller than
Donna Stell. If Donna Stell from, what was it?
I'm going to show you now, Steve. This is just a sport. Go, oh, don't go into badminton. The shuttlecock can hurt your eye. It's just a sport.
Okay, fair enough. We'll I'm sure, resume this conversation next week. When, of course, we'll also be playing more of Karl's new brilliant game with prizes, hopefully.
Yeah. Simon Mayo's What Is Karl Thinking?
Absolutely. I'll leave you with a song for the ladies, Rick, if I may. This is by my friend Harry. You may know he sends me tracks every so often that I should listen to, and this is a particular favourite of mine. Pretty Please, it's by Kevin Tehista's Red Terror. I don't know if I've pronounced that right. But enjoy that, and we'll see you next week.
Let's get ready to rumble. XFM 104.9.
So, I saw you the other day, because I haven't seen you this week, but I did see you, walking down the street holding a gum shield that you just bought. How'd that work out for you, the boxing?
Oh, it was really good.
Because we talked about, are you aware of this, Claire, that he wants to become a boxer? This is something that Ricky talked about the other week on the air. He suddenly decided at the age of 40-something that, boxing is really
well,
the profession he should have taken up.
40-something means 47. I'm just 41.
Okay.
I am 40-something, but 40-something is like a euphemism for nearer 50.
Yeah.
So don't say 40-something.
Okay.
Say 30-something.
Yeah. So yeah, he's taking up, but apparently there's something called white-collar boxing, Claire. Did we mention this last week?
No, you didn't, no, but I didn't know something about, I think you've mentioned it before, last week. White-collar boxing.
Yeah, it's basically, it's like a kind of, it's like a classier version of Fight Club, the film Fight Club, have you ever seen that? Instead of, they don't meet in sort of dingy cellars, they meet in, office blocks or...
And it's usually for charity at the Grosvenor or something, or a big hotel, I don't know, and, you just have like a bill on there and you punch each other. For charity. Yeah. But anyway, I've been training boxing for a while now, just like, you know, the pads and everything, and last week we started on, sparring, and it is a different level. Honestly, I mean, I can work out now for an hour on the pads, and I did about 1.5 rounds, and it was like I was asthmatic. Because you're also, the trainer, who's a you know, a bit of a boxer himself, put the gum shield and he goes, okay, I'm not gonna, and I was giggling with fear. And he said, you gotta get a gum shield just in case, and that's where he saw me. I'd gone to the Lonsdale shop, and I got a gum shield.
I said this before, Claire, is that I just don't think it's a good idea. I mean, you know Ricky, you've known him for a while now. He's not mentally tough, which is a problem, I think. He's not sort of psychologically, he's quite weak. Like, he's scared of a lot of things, you know, cars.
Spiders.
I mean, he'll get, I've seen him, like, edgy, like if a car blows its horn and he's in the house. Do you know what I mean? And he'll hear it outside. You know, what's that? Is it coming through the door? Is it? No, it's alright, Rick. We're on the 8th floor, and it's across town. It's fine, don't worry.
I don't like crossing roads.
No, he can't. I mean, I've never seen a man so terrified.
On the motorway, if someone's going on the motorway, I'm looking at the speedo, and if it's like 86, 76 or something, I'm going, well, let's go in the slow lane. And I'm looking, my eyes, like saucers, just taking all the information.
Yeah. Because he can't drive
That's
as well.
That's a rational fear, though, isn't it?
But I think it's because you can't drive.
Yeah, possibly,
so, for instance, the fact that I've seen, I mean,
Actually, because I can't drive, and I do exactly the same thing on motorways.
So that's alright, yeah.
But do you do this, Claire, which is when you're in the back of a cab, and you feel the cab's going too fast, despite the fact that you're, say, driving up Shaftesbury Avenue in rush hour.
Yeah.
So you're never gonna pick up a great deal of speed.
Yeah.
But Ricky he won't mention it to the driver, I feel you're going a bit too fast, he'll whisper it to me.
No,
he's basically suggesting to me that I should say something. Because I'm Ricky Gervais off the telly, I don't want to cause a fuss. You better do it, Steve, because you're nobody. That's basically what he's insinuating.
Roads
so I've always got to sort of make the complaint, or I've got, you know. But you're terrified of, you're terrified of that. You're terrified of spiders, as we know.
Yeah.
Cobwebs. You're terrified of pictures of spiders.
There's no smoke without fire.
Yeah.
I know who made those webs, Steve, and they live there.
Yeah, it was you that got the certificate, wasn't it, raised on the Spider-Man film? So they couldn't show the trailer before, you'd gone to bed.
XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me, Steve Merchant.
Hello there.
And Karl Pilkington.
So, Karl, how excited are you about Ricky's celebrity boxing match? Are you going to be there? Are you going to come along? Are you aware of this? You're aware of all this, aren't you?
Yeah, I've heard about it.
We can't name the opponent because that should be a surprise. But anyway, it's for a charity. It's a charity boxing match.
Yeah.
And
I've always wanted to beat someone up for charity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a good cause.
But the thing about Ricky is, I don't know if you're aware of this, Karl, but Ricky's one of these men who, he doesn't mind sort of, making a fool of himself on the telly and being funny and stuff, but if people said to him, right, you can either be Britain's funniest man, universally agreed that you're the funniest man in Britain, or you could, beat some gangsters up in a pub, he would go that, oh, please, just let me beat people up in a pub, and maybe an old man's being hassled, by some street youths, and you come in and, smash some bottles over their heads and sort of sort it out.
Against the odds, though?
Against the odds, yeah, there's about 5 of them against you.
Sure.
So, because he's got this kind of...
Get to the point, come on.
Well, the point is, he quite likes the idea of being sort of macho, and you know what I mean, and kind of a tough guy, because he grew up in a rough...
I like boxing.
Yeah, but you'd love the idea of people going, don't mess with Ricky Gervais. If someone said, don't mess with Ricky Gervais, that would be exciting, wouldn't it? Never mess with Ricky Gervais, he will destroy you. That's what you'd love.
Go on.
Because you used to do karate, didn't you? You were a karate.
Oh, I used to go, yeah.
Didn't you get all the way up to white belt?
No, I was one away from black, and then I stopped, because that's
right.
what started working nights.
Oh yeah,
See?
one step away from black.
Oh, was it?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I was chatting to him last night in the pub, because, obviously the boxing match is in about 5 weeks' time, I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
And, anyway, he, was sat there, Karl. I don't know if you know this about Ricky, but, he's taken to smoking cigars.
No, I do.
Are you aware of this?
I had the occasional one.
He got a cigar, he got like a Monte Cristo out of his pocket. It was ludicrous. He looked like George Papard for the A-Team or something. It was pathetic, and he was drinking Guinness. And I was saying to him, but aren't you doing a boxing match soon? And,
I haven't started training yet. I'm starting training next week.
You're not concerned that it's gonna have an impact?
Well,
I mean, what I'm saying is, you know, like, the boxers, they normally put in some effort and stuff.
Like years of training.
Yeah, I mean, what, you know what I mean?
Getting up at 5:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you reminded me of Frank Bruno when he was preparing for Panto. Not when he was...
I don't think he even smoked then, did he, and drank? No.
So I don't... what's your thinking, Rick? Because you know you're gonna get your face pummeled. You know that... I mean, they're gonna destroy you. You haven't got a chance.
That's why I left it this long, so I definitely lost my looks.
But you haven't got a chance.
You're having a laugh.
Have you ever taken a punch to the face?
Sorry, listen, sorry.
But I'm genuinely concerned.
Is this sort of psychological training? Because...
No, it's not psychological training, it's a warning. I've spoken to your friends and your loved ones, and they all agree. We've got a petition going. We're sending it to the BBC. Please do not let this man box. Anyone else, please. But they're gonna beat you. Seriously, I mean, have you ever had a punch, like a boxing glove, in the face?
No.
I think you should let us punch you next week live on the show.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
No, because because you've got to get used to it. Because I think you're gonna either, cry, just start crying uncontrollably, or just run away. You'll just run away. You'll just climb out the ring and run off.
Yeah, this is the same tactic that Ali used against Foreman in Rumble in the Jungle.
But I just...
Oh, dear.
Because I think a boxing glove... Because I know you're wearing, like, huge... Aren't you wearing, like, huge kind of foam boxing gloves?
No, we're not, no, we're not. We're using, not normal, amateur ones.
Are you wearing boxing gloves like those ones they used to have on Gladiators, when everyone bites the dust? Those big foam gloves. You just slap each other in the
braces.
Yeah, exactly.
And a big sumo suit.
Exactly.
So, I should be okay.
Do you get to, you get some kind of head protection, do you?
Yeah, it's amateur. It's amateur, so it's
amateur, you say?
No, I mean...
So there's no title?
No, I mean, I think the amateur is head guards, vest, and, 16-ounce gloves or something, as opposed to professional, which is no vest, bare-chested. Oh,
right.
Maybe I can ask to fight bare-chested, because I'd quite like to show off my body.
Yeah.
If I could.
I think wrestling is really better for you. But I don't mean like those kind of like The Rock and people like that. I'm talking about Big Daddy, giant head that kind of...
That'd be good.
Where you can just throw yourself on someone.
Where they can sort of like be nearly dying, but then they can do a stomach butt.
Yeah, exactly.
A stomach to stomach. That's a good move, isn't it, in British wrestling? I always like that one.
Yeah, no, wrestling, you would...
Like two elephant seals fighting over a female.
Is it true that you've spent, knowing you spent more time deciding what tune you're going to enter the ring to?
I want to come out to California by Tupac and Dr. Dre. I think that'd be really good.
I think that's embarrassing.
And I'm going to come out with loads of little midgets to make me look really big.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know what the BBC think of that, but it might be a...
I don't know. Maybe we should take some suggestions as to songs that would be perhaps more appropriate.
Okay.
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
A fatty bum bum.
Yeah.
Play a record, Karl.
It is gonna be...
He's dissed me.
It's gonna be pathetic.
He's dissed me.
Next week, you take a punch to the jaw next week, on air. They can smell the alcohol on you, they think you're one of them.
Oh, I've had to cut down on that. I've been really good with this training thing.
The boxing.
Play a record and I'll tell you about that. I had my first week of training. I'm in trouble. I'm struggling. Yeah, so I had my first week of training for this, charity boxing. For those people who don't know, I'm fighting Grant Bovey, Anthea Turner's husband. It sounds arbitrary, but it's actually because he's, at 41 and about my weight, a bit taller, I think. But, and we've never done it before, but, no, it'd be fun. Battling someone for charity.
Yes.
No, but, it's, and I can't believe my luck, because I've been a fight fan for like 30 years, and they took me shopping, they bought me all the gear, and the training's great. It's really hard. I mean,
I imagine it'd be really hard, and it's probably slightly harder than I imagined. And the only bit I like, so I don't like all the exercise and all the stuff you've got to do. I like the bits that look a bit like something I've seen in a Rocky film.
Right, sure.
You know, we did that thing with the string along the ring and I have to pop up and punch and that.
Right.
That was great.
Right, nice.
Skipping's not bad. I'm trying to get good at that. I like that ball that you go.
Yeah. Are you any good at that? Is that?
I'm getting good at it.
And what's that teaching you, that particular thing? It's just the rhythm, is it?
It's rhythm, and of course your arms are up for that long, so you've got to keep your guard up all the time.
Yeah.
So that teaches you to keep your arms up.
And you were up at 6 this morning. You broke some raw eggs into a cup, and then you ran up the steps of the town hall, didn't you? I know.
With loads of people following me, and I shouted "Bovey" at the top. No, I'm not going mad. Just you know, once every other day. But I'm struggling now. I woke up today and it's like I'd been hit by a car.
Yeah.
Just everything aches, so the muscles you haven't used. But, anyway, I had a meeting, the first time with the people, the program makers, because they're following me for a month and everything, and Grant as well. And they said, you'll need a sort of nickname, just for a laugh. And I went, what's Grant using? They said, I think he's gonna use Gorgeous Grant Bovey, or Grant. I went, I don't know, so I better go against that. What about, Ricky Gervais?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And, yeah, so, anyway, I had a freaking with Frank Maloney meeting the next day, and, it's sort of like, you've got to do this nickname, and the bloke said, I checked out that name, you can't call yourself Jippo. I went, well, of course I can't, I was joking. He went, well, I said, well, it's racist, I was joking, I was making a joke about me, and he went, I don't know. And then, I went down to get the, buy all the gear from this shop.
They'd have the dressing gown made?
Yeah. And I was picking all the stuff, I was going, look, that's like Nazwar. Oh, look, that's like Ali War and I'm going, I'll have that, picking all the gear and everything. And, there was a couple of boxers down there, sort of like looking at me thinking, who's that fat bloke taking up boxing at 40? And, I said, I wasn't. And, bloke went, oh yeah, how you doing? I went, oh yeah, so how long have you been in the game? He said, I've been boxing 20 years. So how many fights you had? He said, about 40. I said, oh yeah, help me, I've got to think of a nickname. And I thought, Ricky Balboa Gervais. He went, right. I went, or Ricky Marciano Gervais. He looked at me and went, what about Ricky Martin? Oh dear.
Absolutely justified.
Yeah, I'm not respected yet in the boxing world.
No, sure.
But I mean,
it's only a matter of time. Once
I think they're
going to see you fight, Rick. Everything's gonna change. So, have you actually punched anyone yet? Have you actually?
No, I haven't punched person. I've punched pads, and I've punched the bag, and I've sort of sparred and that.
I know you're gonna get a chance to punch someone.
As I suspected, my punching power was alright, but my fitness is, it felt like I was smoking.
Yeah.
But there's, bits of lung that haven't had oxygen in them for 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. And also because it's not only it's being filmed, but there's other fighters there that are ridiculous. They're like machines, right? And it's that thing, I can go, right, I can come out on top, but die now of a heart attack, but never give up. Or I can sit down and go, I'm sorry, I feel ill. And I chose that one, and of course they took the mick.
Well, of course.
But I mean, soon, as I said, I haven't got the respect yet of the boxing fraternity, but
and how long have you got then before?
4 weeks.
Okay, so, and do they think that they can turn you around health-wise in that time?
No,
or
they're
going to be coming out on a Zimmer
No, they're going to teach me the basics and see how it goes, Right. But I mean,
and each round is 4 seconds, is that right?
Yeah, 2 4-second rounds.
with a 2-hour break in between each one. A sit-down meal.
So, give the number. I want serious suggestions of my fighting name. Nothing insulting. Something we can actually use.
Well, let's give out the email. That's always the easiest. Ricky.Gervais at xfm.co.uk. What's the number, Karl?
08700 800 1234.
And it doesn't have to be in the middle, it could be at the beginning, like, the Rage.
Okay.
Ricky the Rage.
Ricky the Tits. Sure.
Ricky the Man Player Record.
It was a good day, yeah. Ice Cube talks to me about my life. In the pub.
Yeah.
A couple of emails are already coming in. They're flooding in, Rick, inevitably, as boxing name suggestions for you. This is one from Matt, I think. He's given a couple, actually. Ricky the Pudding Gervais. Ricky Big Mac Gervais. There's a theme here. Ricky Pasty Gervais. The pasty. I quite like the pasty. Here comes the pasty.
As Karl said, he said the thing is, if you have a really good nickname, it's embarrassing when you lose. Whereas if you just call yourself, it's not so embarrassing when you lose. Karl, this is doing no good for my ego.
Do you know what I mean? If you have like Killer Gervais.
Yeah, and then you end up like vomiting, choking on your own vomit upside down, hanging out the ring.
What happens if you win? Do you have to do something?
Whereas there goes the pasty being stretchered off in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah,
it's not such a problem.
There he is, being lightly basted, and chucked down a mine. What do you mean? What do I have to do?
Say if you beat Grant. Say,
yeah.
Say if that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
What happens next?
What do you mean? What happens next? What do you think? Oh, this is a contention fight for the big one.
But do they?
Yeah.
Well, then we make Ricky 2.
No, but you know, do you know if they're planning on making more money? Because it's for comic relief, isn't it? So what happens on the night?
No, it's for a charity of our
Comic
choice.
relief would make sense.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Whatever, right?
Yeah, it was last time. I think it was last time.
Is it sport relief? It's not sport.
It was last time, yeah. But this is, I think, this is a program where the
and how do we? Sorry, how do you make money for charity from this? Do we pay to sort of for how many punches to the head you're going to take? Or
no. I just
how
think
long you're going to last?
I assume the BBC donate money, or someone, or a sponsor, or whatever. So I don't know. Just donate because it's actually a program. This is more about a program with a a charity angle. So yeah.
So as if you get like killed, there's more money and food to go around. Maybe. But no, I mean the thing is, what's the next step? Because if they go like, right, yeah, well done, you've won, thank you very much.
Karl, what do you expect? That its winner stays on?
Yeah.
Like in a fair, where I go out there and I'd let people punch me in
on Bernard Manning.
Yeah, yeah. And then my twin gets up.
Yeah.
It's just it's a program.
He's not going to turn pro.
It's like faking it.
Yeah, but what's the point if it's not going to go anywhere?
Well, look.
Sorry, him fighting Grant Bovey in a ring is not entertainment enough.
Yeah, what's the matter with you, Karl?
The man's gonna get his face pummeled in. That's gonna be hilarious.
Right, when I did boxing at the youth club.
Once, when he did boxing, he fought once, he fought a little weak kid, because it was his first day, battered him. Next week, it was someone else's turn, and he got battered and he left.
Yeah, I said, right, I've had enough. But there was
yeah.
There was a ladder there that I had to work. Right, and I decided after the sort of the first step, I thought, it's not for me, this.
Yeah.
But if you win, it's all kind of like, right, well...
Yeah, the world's your oyster.
But it's a program. It's just a one-off program, isn't it? It is like you gotta treat it like faking it.
Yeah, but faking it, right, that little gay fella who ended up being a doorman, he's actually doing that as a proper job now or something, he loved it so much.
Do you seriously think I have any intentions of getting into the fight game and leaving entertainment behind?
Well, what's the point then?
What do you mean? What's the point in what's the point in watching television? It's entertainment.
Or educational. I watch it to sort of soak in information.
Well, this is educational. I'm learning a lot. I'm actually learning a lot, and I can't believe my luck. I've got professionals telling me, you know, hopefully how to lose weight and punch hard. That's just fun. It's like having golf lessons.
Right, but say, I mean, here's an example.
Go on.
It's a nice way to plug it. We've got Rockbusters coming up in about 10 minutes or something, right? Now,
look forward to that.
People email in, and they don't just do it for fun. They do it because they know they've got some good prizes lined up.
Right.
So they're doing it because it gets them something.
Yeah, my prize is that I've learnt something in life. I've gone through an experience, and hopefully I'll come out in some way better if I don't get mashed. That's it. That's the prize. That's why we do anything, isn't it?
I think this is example of you, Karl, is you give up too easily.
But he was whinging all the time. He was watching it, he was doing a press that was going, I've hurt my arm. Then he was going, I feel sick. Then he was going, and he was just lying all the time about whether he was doing the routine and what he was eating and stuff. And I thought, that's me with this celebrity box. It is, because it's sort of like, and they go, how's it going? Do you have a drink this week? And I go, no. Haven't had a beer this week, no. Did you do the exercise today? And I go, yep. Yeah, I've done all that, done all that. Yeah. And I try and get out of the sparring because it hurts because there's a man hitting me in the face for fun.
Right. Because you know that's what boxing is.
So, yeah, that is being hit, yeah. I like all the bits, except the being hit. I don't even mind hitting someone.
Right, so
I'd be willing to hit someone. It's the getting hit that I don't like.
Because I know you're a big fan of, like, wearing the clothes, the sort of sporty gear.
I'm
I know
looking good, aren't I?
You look good, and you've obviously spent a bit of money.
They gave me this for
That's free
training.
of charge.
This was free
So I know
to training.
that's a perk you love.
So,
and I know you like, kind of the sort of various sort of nutritional drinks you've got to drink. I know you're a big fan of those.
I love the protein shake because it tastes like chocolate. You know what? I've put on a couple of pounds since I've been doing this training.
Nice.
I think it is the extra meal and.
So you're adding the protein, but not working out enough to take it off again.
Yeah, but I think I have actually changed a bit. I've got an inch on my chest, but an inch off my waist. So even though I've put on weight, there must be a little bit of muscle happening somewhere.
So just to recap there slightly, you're enjoying all the trappings of boxing.
Yeah.
But not the boxing.
Not the getting hit in the nose.
Right.
That's the one.
And you are aware that that's what will be happening during the actual fight?
No, because I've got a cunning plan.
Okay.
I'm gonna duck and dive.
Okay.
Bob and weave, dance. I'm gonna dance.
Well, I read in the paper yesterday, I don't know how much truth there is, that, Grant Bovey has recruited celebrity hypnotist Paul McKenna to help him win.
Yeah,
so
could
I
be
don't
true.
know if that's a vintage, because I know haven't you got Spit the Dog? You've got a couple of ventriloquists and an impressionist on your side.
I've got Pork Pie from Desmond.
Yeah, exactly.
Just getting me tuned
in your corner.
mentally. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's all a bit of fun.
What do you reckon, Karl? Do you think he's,
what's McKenna going to be doing? Is like Grant Bovey going to be turned into a chicken and... You know what I mean?
He's going to do an Elvis impression. Yeah. And take
if I say the right words.
No, I think he's probably going to just help him focus
I think there's lots of sports psychologists out there at the moment getting people. So I'm sure it's valid. If it's true, I'm sure it's fine. But I've been getting tuned mentally, learning how to hit.
Yeah.
That was my method. Eating and hitting, I think is.
And do you work out to any music? I mean, do you put on the Rocky soundtrack? Because I know you've got a special CD with music from all 5 films, haven't you?
No, we don't. I think they have the radio on down there, but you don't hear it. It's all you hear is people shouting, saying things like, "That's not like a fighter," and me going, "I'm not a fighter. I'm a comedian."
And is it quite intimidating down there? I mean, do they?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they're nice people, but
I'm getting used to it now. But it is a different world, and I was quite scared, and I didn't.
When you say I mean, is it like they're gangsters? I mean, is it kind of?
No,
I just mean, has it got that feel? You know, when you see it in films, they walk into those places, and you know, they're hard nuts, and there's that feel like.
Well, they're all they're all ex-boxers and stuff. So yeah, but I mean, but no, they're not. No, that's not. That's not. I mean,
I suppose it's like they're real men.
Well, yeah, and they don't understand really that I don't like getting hit on the nose. And they say, well, no one gets hit on the nose. And it took me a long time to get over that. Just taking a couple of punches.
Yeah.
I wanted to rule it out. Yeah. And but you know, it's okay now. And of course I know they're mollycoddling me. They're not. They're using about 25% power, and I'm still.
And you wear the headgear, do you?
Oh yeah, and the gum shield. Yeah, I wanted to wear a crash helmet, but they said no. And carry a baseball bat, and they said that's technically illegal. But I'm looking for. I'm a changed man, Karl. What we got coming up?
Got a bit of a Death in Vegas with vocals from Liam Gallagher.
Final question for you, Rick. Do you think you'll carry on boxing after this is finished?
Competitively?
No, just the training and stuff.
Yeah, I do the training. Yeah, no, I love the training. I love learning the skills, and I do enjoy the training. I don't relish getting punched around. And I'm not worried about the fight at all. I'm really looking forward to the fight, because Grant's a novice like me. It's just when you get in with an ex-pro who you know could destroy you so you're scared to hit him, and you know, they never lose their rag, and they're really cool, and they're really nice, and they've never even hit me by mistake. But even just tapping you like that in the face hurts.
I was walking down Finchley Road and a couple of sixth formers said, "Oh, you lanky goggle-eyed freak," and I just wondered if maybe you could pop round and have a word with them.
I will.
Some of your friends.
An enemy of yours is an enemy of mine.
Good.
Oh yeah, the smooth indie sound of Richard Ashcroft. The Science of Silence on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, joined me is Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington.
It was an excellent link, that, Rick. Did you say Nime at one point? 104.9? Did I? Other than that, it was textbook.
Yeah, a desperate attempt at being articulate.
Sure.
But let myself down.
With your
See, this is the good thing about the boxing thing, because, there's no chance of me, you know, slurring the words. No, I already slurred my words.
Yeah,
so no one, any damage will be totally fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
the doctor's rushing in. I think there might be some kind of concussion. Jane just going, no, that's just the way he talks normally.
I had to, meet the, doctor for this fight thing, in the week. And, it's the one who's off, Big Brother.
The psychiatrist?
Yeah. And, but she's a medical doctor, and she's sort of, big in the boxing sort of world as well. And one of the tests, I had to do a punch test. The other test I had to do was to get in the bod pod.
Really? The same as Fat Swallow?
Yeah.
And he wiped it down since he was
yeah. And I was a little bit nervous. And
so what does this do? What exactly does it do?
What it does, you do a displacement sort of calibration with a known volume.
All right. Just bear in mind that Karl's listening, so if you want to explain that.
What it does, Karl, is it works out your density.
Okay,
right?
again.
Through displacement, it knows how much what your volume is for the air displaced, right, in this thing, and
in layman's terms, what does it tell you?
Would it work?
It tells you. Well, it knows what muscle weighs. It knows what fat weighs. It knows your average density of your skeleton, what height you are. There. So it works out from your volume and your density. It can work out, therefore, probably what percentage of that is muscle, fat, bone, etc.
What if you put in one of those,
Oh, God.
No, go on then.
No, go on, what were you going to ask?
What would it do if you put in one of those pug dogs?
You put in one of those, what?
What do you mean, what would it do?
What, like on Ricky's lap?
No,
Do you know those dogs that are all wrinkly and have got too much skin for the skeleton?
Yeah.
And it's all like caving in and folding over.
Yeah.
Would the machine go, well, we know what you are, so it's alright? Or would it say, oh, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? Like last week when you were laughing at me about...
Why do you want to confuse machines? Do you remember when he put in Y to a computer search engine to try and confuse it? I love the fact I want the computer to come back, why not, and your head explode. I mean, I love the idea that you're trying to... I mean,
it's better than what I thought you were going to say, which is, what if you put a fly in there?
Well, I heard about that. They don't let a fly in, yeah. But anyway...
So anyway, what percentage of you is muscle and what percentage of you is fat?
I'm 25% fat.
25% fat?
Yeah.
Now, what's Rick Waller?
And most of me is muscle. Bone density and that. Rick Waller was 60% fat, which I've looked into it, and apparently is exactly the same as a pork scratching.
Wow, that's extraordinary.
So he is
yeah,
the equivalent of a 30-stone
giant pork scratching.
Yeah.
So is 20% fat, is that good or bad?
No, 20%'s alright, 25's over.
Right.
Men, healthy, fit, lean men, about 18, 20. I'm 25.
So you're a healthy, fit, lean man?
No, 18, 20, I'm 25.
Oh, you're 25?
Yeah,
right.
So I'm 5%, over. And a boxer, that is in peak, you know, with that, basically, you've seen the ones, they just look, you know, like Bruce Lee. Yeah. They're 8%.
8%,
fat. So,
is that good for you?
Well, I don't think it's that bad for you.
Bad behaviour. Who do you think's going to behave badly this year? Because
I don't think anyone.
We've had, you know.
Well, we had the
Barrymore and Clary.
Clary, the fisting, and Barrymore throwing his monitor.
That was funny.
It? The Hearn. What was she? Oh, she's heckled
there's
that
not
dead
any of the
bloke.
kind of. There's not really any sort of. There's not really any kind of wayward people at the moment, is there, in showbiz? In terms of entertainment comedy, there's no one who sort of seems to have a drunk or drugs problem.
I'm worried
sadly.
about Ricky.
Sadly,
I'm worried that something might take hold. The devil may care.
No, I think he's very careful. He is a bit careful. Yeah. He's so. I mean,
too tired.
Yeah,
too tired. Shout and scream.
You have been kind of coughing and wheezing throughout today's show.
I had a fight, didn't I?
Oh, we should talk about the fight. Yeah, we can't give out the result. We can't give the result out on the fight, but...
No, I've got a cough. I just got a cough again.
Got a bit of a cough?
I'm scared I'm allergic to something. What if I'm allergic to... I was worried today that...
What if you're allergic to wheat?
Oh no, well that'd be terrible. But I was worried, what if I'm allergic to my cat?
Get rid of it.
Oh no.
Oh, don't. Yeah. What happened to me?
Because you can't laugh, because of the fight and the ribs.
Oh yeah,
because you took quite a I have to say though that I remember we were talking on the radio about what Ricky should come out to for the big match. For those that don't realise, Ricky at Christmas, there's a TV show on. Ricky, I don't know why, even to this day, why you agreed to do it.
Nor do I.
But he's doing a celebrity boxing match, fighting, and he was described at the beginning of the fight, Rick. I don't realise if you I don't know if you know this. He was described as entrepreneur. Grant Bovey, husband of Anthea Turner. I don't know what that means exactly.
Well, he does bits of business, actually.
Businessman.
Sure. Yeah, businessman, entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But
Arthur Daly
what
was
I described as?
Yeah, you were described as I think fat funny man.
Oh right,
he might be something like that, or a comedian and actor. But Ricky came out to Mama Said Knock You Out by LL Cool J.
Nice.
I don't know whose suggestion it was. I think it might be mine, but it was blinding. And I noticed you were really. It was ludicrous, really. You came out in the shorts. You had the.
Well, I was acting up.
I know
doing it. But they were going, don't you laugh, all my corner. And I think I overdid it, didn't I?
Well, he was kind of prowling around the ring, staring staring Bovey out and staring the crowd out.
So embarrassing.
And kind of looking really, but of course he's got this ludicrous beer belly. Do you know what I mean? So it looks like Johnny Vegas is like
I was meant to do.
Yeah. And Bovey looks quite a sort of athletic guy,
really
so he
fit,
looks like he could actually be a boxer.
But did you have like I'm obviously they're filming it for telly. Did you have the production crew saying, right, stop, cut, can you just throw that punch again?
No, it was a real fight.
they just let them go.
I think people are surprised. I think they're going to see it's a real fight.
And I tell you, it's unpleasant. I mean, it's actually an unpleasant thing.
Okay, well, I'll tell you now what Karl said, because Karl was there, and he said to me, I can't do his accent. He went, oh no, it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice.
No, it was, although I have to say, I was really kind of riled up by it. I mean, I've never been to a fight before, and I just was like, come on! I was like, smash his face! I was really shouting, I was just going crazy.
Shouting for me, though, were you?
No, I was shouting for, then I just decided to try and freak everyone, so I was shouting, kiss him, snog him, lick him, ask him out! I was shouting that in a vain attempt to throw someone, and, it was extraordinary, but I tell you, I think you'd be better off, like, if they sort of brought back wrestling. Wrestling from the 70s.
Wrestling would be fun.
Mick McManus.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think you've got more the physique for wrestling.
I think I'm too young for wrestling on British television.
They were always about 65.
I think they're 58, one of them, Les Keller.
Yeah, but the outfits are fun.
Oh, they get, a bit too tight, weren't they?
Yeah, and it was always that kind of shiny, whatever preceded lycra.
I know, with just a little winkle showing.
Little winkle.
Little man with a little winkle in their tight shorts.
Why were you looking? Oh, I've done you.
Oh, play a record.
I've done you. I'm not. Answers, please.
I'm not one of them.
You're not looking at mine now, are you?
Yes.